is up, everyone? It's your girl China, aka China One, and welcome to my castle. Today we're going to be seeing, are you on the right path? So for pile 1, we have bronze. For pile 2, we have light green or lime green, whatever you like to say. And then for pile 3, we have orange. So we're going to do pause and pick. You're going to pick your pile and I will see you there. What is up, my pile ones? If you chose the bronze marker, then congratulations, you have found your pile, and we're just going to get right into, are you on the right path? I had to hurry up and turn the camera on for y'all because the information was flowing. Okay. So first we have the Hanged Muse, which is the Hangman in Rider-Waite, ruled by Pisces. Then we have the Queen of Materials in reverse, which is the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And then we have the Nine of Emotions, which is ruled by Pisces. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower, which is ruled by Scorpio and Aries. And we have the Devil, which is ruled by Capricorn and Aquarius. Alright, so at first for you all, I was getting a very overwhelmed and kind of self-destructive energy, but at the same time, I was getting a kind of calm and resigned type of energy, not like dejected, but more so like this energy of being able, that knowing losing control is you gaining control in some kind of way. It's like, for you all, I get the vibe that everything has kind of flipped on its head. Either it has already, and that's the current, state you're in, or it's been happening gradually, and you're kind of getting this feeling of like, oh my gosh, this is a joke in some kind of way, like everything kind of spiraling. And with the Hanged Muse and the Queen of Materials, in a way, they're both upside down. The woman in this is upside down, but this is actually in reverse. So I'm not even gonna try and give it to you all individually with these cards. I'll just say that with all of these, it seems like you've gotten comfortable kind of with everything else being upside down, with everything else being out of the ordinary, as far as, especially with the Devil on the bottom of the deck. It's like Spirit has continuously been breaking habits of yours, breaking structures of yours, and so now you're kind of in this state of just floating. And with the Nine of Emotions, you're kind of in a state of having all of these feelings and having all of these residual retrospective thoughts as far as what's been happening to you. You kind of just have those floating around you right now, not really knowing what to do with them in particular. And I'll say, even with the Hanged Muse, so I get the vibe that emotionally you all are kind of fine, like you're just fine. Yes, like I said, you have a lot of them that you can't, like emotions, like house around her, you kind of don't know what to do with, but overall you're fine. But it's your spirit that you're still trying to get used to. It's like this new person that you transformed into is even foreign to you, so you're still trying to get to know her or him. So right now you're kind of just like floating. It just feels like you're just floating. And then with the Queen of Materials in reverse, it's either now you don't too much care about the physical things, like you realize how insignificant it is, like you're in that phase right now. Some of you have also, I don't want to say cold-hearted, but you're focusing on nurturing yourself right now. You're not too much trying to give to everybody, especially give beyond your means. Oh, well, let me answer the question. You are on the right path. You absolutely are on the right path. You are in, let's see, that in-between area. You're in that in-between area, that retrospective area where everything is either spiraling or has already spiraled and flipped itself upside down. And now you're figuring out who this new person is that has been, changed into whatever, you've been put under a lot of pressure and you've ultimately changed into some completely new being. So with that being said, you're trying to figure out, like, what do I do? Who am I? And even the Tower, she is kind of upside down in a way. And it's like the lightning is coming from her. So that's another thing, what I was saying about there kind of being a resigned kind of vibe. It's like a lot of the stuff that has happened to you recently that's turned your life upside down. It's not like, I'm not saying it's your fault, but in your mind, like, okay, cause and effect, but also this is what I've been asking for. In some kind of way, this is going to lead me to what I've been asking for. So I obviously need to utilize it properly. And you like, because it's almost as if you all are thinkers. Like, you're like, okay, is this the right thing? Is this the right choice for me? So it's very on the money that you all would watch a video like, am I on the right path? So for you, it's almost like, Spirit's telling me they'll have been sending you signs before they strike something down or flip something or cut somebody out your life or, make stuff come up. They'll have sent you signs, and it's like, I just gotta laugh at it. Like, that's why I said, oh, this is a joke, because it's like, in your soul, like, oh my gosh, yes, the universe is messing with me, but they're doing this for a purpose. And although you're kind of not knowing who this new person is yourself, you don't quite know them yet. It's like you realize this is a good transition. You feel okay. Like, you feel okay. Eventually you'll feel great. But right now you feel okay with it. Like, you feel a sense of peace with, knowing that you're transforming actively. Like, literally, sometimes you might be under a sort of fog. Also, it might just kind of be like hazy a little bit in some areas when you think of yourself. But it's like the pieces are being filled in slowly but surely. But let's look at some oracle. So first, we have Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Some of you... Okay, some of you, energetically wise, you all might be lacking in energy lately. And some of you are used to being being powerhouses, I'll say. That's another thing with the Queen of Materials in reverse. Some of you are used to being powerhouses, but now you're kind of just taking the back seat for a little while, sitting, watching, taking the long routes. And I'm talking journey-wise, taking in more scenery in everyday life, like really being present, because you're like, okay, the missing pieces are the pieces I have not yet gained. So I have to, and it's not like they're missing per se, but it's like, wiping away the fog. Like, it's like almost a memory thing. So when you take it as you've been here before, and there are certain things that seem kind of foggy or hazy, and then in the present you're experiencing things and they seem familiar, that's when the fog starts to lift, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's me. Oh my gosh, I should be doing this, or I need to be doing that. So in the case of it being slow and steady, and that's what I was saying though, it's definitely a process, this transforming. So for you, sometimes you might feel like, where am I going? Am I still on the right path? Because I don't know what's happening right now. Well, you know what's happening, but like I said, you don't at the same time, because it feels a little hazy and it's unknown. But yes, you're absolutely on the right path. And then we have, will spirit turn knowledge into wisdom? Also that, and this is the whole picture. What I was saying, you have any emotions you don't know what to do with, feelings and everything. Everything is trying to find its place in yourself. So it's like with the universe turning everything on its head, and it's scattered a lot of things. It did away with a lot of things. So everything is trying to find its place within you. So think of it like, you can just think of it like a puzzle. Say, yeah, the puzzle, you take a puzzle out of this box and the pieces are all mixed together and you got to put it together. That's essentially what it is. But instead of it being the picture that it was before, the universe was like, no, here's a whole new picture. Or this is the picture for your next chapter. This is who you are in this next chapter of your life. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Scarab Beetle Spirit, magic works through you, and Peacock Spirit, let it shine. And it's right there at the heart. So, okay. And another thing is, you all might be experiencing like a lull when it comes to finances from like a corporate job, it seems like. Or rather, it's something around like you taking orders or you being under somebody, or you not. It's like now you feel more inclined to give your 2 cents, to tell your ideas, to do things your way. You knowing that your way is the better way as far as magic works through you and let it shine. It's like maybe before, I won't say you're to keep your head down type, because like you are a powerhouse, but before it was just like, okay, doing what I gotta do. But now it's like, okay, I should be able to enjoy what I'm doing. And what I have to say matters, what I think matters, and whether I'm in a leading position or not, I'm the leader. And that's also what it's all about. And so then we have New Moon in Gemini, think it through. Like I said, a lot to process. A lot to process. And it's like new stuff comes up every day. And I won't say it's what the topic of what's coming up is new, but it's just more so, like I said, because you have a lot of residual and retrospective emotions in there as well. So feelings from things that have happened already, they're coming up and you're like, oh my gosh, this happened however long ago. But it's like everything seems relevant now in order to put the pieces back together. And we have last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. Lots of Gemini here. Are you all Geminis or have heavy Gemini placements? Y'all let me know. Think it through and clear your mind. They go together. They absolutely go together. You have to think it through in order to clear your mind. But it's like to a certain extent, because like I said, I was getting a little bit of self-destructive energy. So as far as that goes, Spirit doesn't want you to overthink it or put vindictive thoughts towards things that have already happened, especially. But they don't want you to put it towards the future either. They want you to be optimistic about this process. They want you to get to know this new person that you are, and understand what's your position now, what's your new position as far as what can you do for yourself, what can you do for others in this new chapter of yours. Where do you want to go now? Because yes, you're on the right path, but the reason why some of you are like, am I really though, and I'm very confused, is because now you're a new person. You're not even sure if you want to go the way you thought you wanted to go before. So all of this, you're going to have to like rethink it. You're going to be like, do I still want to go here? Do I still want to be this? And if you don't know yet, that's fine. That's why it's a process. And we have full moon in Leo, go wild. So even without knowing, even without knowing necessarily where you want to go, what you want to do, how you want to be, it's best to just let things be. Let it be. Just be yourself and all of that. There should be a lot of spontaneity for you in this new chapter because it's so much unknown. There are so many holes in the plot, you know? So right now it's really up to you. Like, and I'm not getting think it through as being a thing of like you having to think out every action. I'm getting that think it through as more so think of the feelings your actions evoke, not necessarily if you should do something or not. If you feel the need to do something strongly, do it. Don't overthink it. This is more like, okay, putting the pieces together. When you do something, how did that make me feel? Why did that make me feel so good? Normally, I wouldn't like to do something like that, but now it does. Oh, that's a new change. You know, that kind of thing. And we have new moon in Cancer, relax. And full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. And this one's, it peaked. So, unleash your kindness self. So this is what I'm saying. Just let things be. Let yourself be. You can relax. Oh my gosh. More Gemini. I just realized that. New moon in Cancer. Okay. Here's another message for you before I finish. With this Gemini twin energy, some of you might have somebody very close to you that's going through a similar phase. And Spirit is telling me that you want to be very kind with them as well. Even if you don't necessarily tell them that, hey, I know what you're going through. If you're not that kind of person, that's fine. But be kind to them, you know, be understanding of them if they seem a little out of it, you know, things unsure, things like that. This is a new territory. However, I do get the vibe that this person, you won't necessarily... At first, you won't know that they're going through it because they're not going through it in the same way that you are. Like, they don't present the same face as you are in this current phase. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's your child that's going through this. For others of you, it could be your parent. But either way, it's somebody close to you that might also be going through this phase as well. But yeah, I think that's all that I have for you today, my pile ones. If you're going to pick another pile, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to, comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, maybe even share, and I will see y'all next time. Bye! What is up, my pile twos? If you chose this green marker, then congratulations, you have found your pile. And we're just going to get right into, are you on the right path? Alright, so first we have the Ten of Voices in reverse. This is the Ten of Swords in Rider-Waite, which is Gemini energy. And then we have the Muse of Voices, which is the King of Voices in Rider-Waite. Aries, not Aries, air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And then we have Temperance, which is ruled by Sagittarius. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot, which is Cancer. And we have the Eight of Voices, which is also Gemini. All right. So, let's see here. Some of you have been in a phase of denial. Now, I'm not coming for y'all. This is from the universe. This is from Spirit. It's not me. But some of you have been in a state of denial as far as the hurt you've experienced and the pain. And this is the type of denial where I can't think about it too hard. And I can't acknowledge it because I have to keep going. I have things to do. I have things to accomplish. With that Ten of Voices, it's like... You're like, nope, if I don't see it, it's not there. However, there's a sense of needing to unlock those emotions in order to really move forward, in order to keep going where you're supposed to be going. Because some of you, it's like I feel so heavy in the chest. Like, the heart chakra area is like very just icky, because you all are holding in so much hurt, and there's a sense of doing things to distract yourself. And they might be great things that you're doing, very great as far as financially, and maybe you're moving up in your position, whatever the case may be. There's a sense of just distraction. Like, I'm doing all of these things and I'm working so hard, but I'm not working hard because I really want to work hard. I'm working hard to run away from these emotions, from these thoughts that I'm having. It's, oh my gosh. Like, I'm telling you, my chest feels so heavy. And there's a sense of you not really applying all of your gifts and talents and to where you actually want to go. It's like, yes, there's so many different what's the word I want to use? There's so many different and opposing forces that you're like, I just have no control over any of these things. But you have control over you. And that's another opposing force that you currently are kind of just like, look, it is what it is. With temperance, and it's so weird because you don't really want to apply yourself to getting to the root of these emotions, but you're also impatient with them. You're like, ugh, I just wish they would go away. But the question is, how will they go away if you never look at them? How will they go away if you don't allow the feelings to come up? And some of you are like, I don't have time for that. Make time. Make time before the universe makes the time for you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this is never about really, it's like, this isn't a flat out yes or no video in the first place anyway, as far as are you on the right path. But I will say you're not moving. Like, you're gonna keep being in this state that you're currently in, and certain things are gonna keep repeating until you get in line, until you start realizing how much power you really have, until you feel these emotions, until you let them come out, until you're not just thinking about, oh, I want to do this, or I want to go here, I want my life to look like this, I want my life to be like this, and actually start applying for that. In order, you have to, like, that's the Chariot here. It's like with the Chariot, you have to make all of the stuff go in the direction you want. And look, these horses look like they just running wild, but she does have a connection to them, and she is controlling them in some way. And it's more about like keeping your eyes in the direction that you want to go in. So even because a lot of you with the 8 of Voices on the bottom too, you feel kind of trapped, or you feel like you don't have a choice as to where you really can go or where you really should go. But it's like, where do you want to go? Some of you have lost that purpose. You've lost that purpose. What you started doing certain things for, you're like, I don't know, I'm just doing it because that's what I've always done. But it's like, what's the purpose though? Yeah, like, what's the purpose? What are you doing everything for? And why can you not look at why you're doing everything? Because you can't look at your emotions. Well, you don't want to. You can't, you just don't want to. And also with temperance, you have to combine all of your phases. So see the moon, you have to combine all of your phases, all of your faults, all of your upsets, all of the mistakes you've made. You have to look at those things to understand who you are now, to understand how far you've come, and to understand how much further you can go. Doing what I've always done, you know? But let's look at some oracle. Okay, so first we have last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. Yeah. Like, dang. Make some time. Oh, I said that, didn't I? Child, y'all better make time. The Spirit is not playing with y'all. Because the whole thing about it is, it's like, yeah, you're on a path. You're certainly on a path. The thing about it is, you're going to go down multiple paths and until you reach where you're actually trying to get to. The thing about you is, you're not moving. You know, that's like, you know, driving. You don't stay on one street the whole time you drive. So there are multiple streets. However, you're the one that's, you know, just going on the same street. You know, and the what's it called? The GPS is like trying to get you to make a U-turn, and you're like, nope. Yeah, make some time. Make some time, y'all, because Spirit is not joking when they're, well, you might have gotten this vibe, but Spirit is telling me that they're not joking when they say years will pass and you will look up and be like, what has happened? Where am I? How did I lose track of where I was going? And you'll be like, how did I let so much time pass like this? Spirit doesn't want you to get caught like that, because right now that's the path you're going down. And it's the right path, because that's the energy you're putting out, but it's not the path you want to be on. And we have last quarter moon in Scorpio. Reveal what needs to be seen. Yeah. You have to acknowledge the stuff that you're running away from. You just have to. Is this water she's in? Because I was going to say that I feel a lot of water energy too. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But it's like you have to go in deep. And that's another thing. When I think about air signs, you kind of want to stay on the surface. You want to stay, you know, where it's easy to breathe. And Spirit is like, no, you're going to have to take a deep dive. You're going to have to take a deep dive. You're like, I can't swim, or I can't hold my breath for that long. And they're like, well, get some equipment because get a floaty, because you're going to be there for a while. And we have first quarter moon in Gemini. Speak your world into being. Oh my goodness. There's so much. There's just so much that you... Oh wait, you guys can't even see that. There's just so much that you want to do, but it's like, you're not... Because some of you are using your brain thinking about, well, I want to be here, I want to be doing this and living this type of life, and you know, the problem is you're just not applying. You know, yeah, the power of the tongue, but you still have to do the work. And others of you are not even, and this is the throat chakra, by the way, that's on this card. But another thing is that the rest of you are not even using your brain. Some of you, I won't say you're not thinking, but it's like kind of autopilot thoughts. Like, it's like, oh, what I have to do in the morning, wake up, get ready, go to work, probably deal with this person, deal with that person, wake up, gotta do this for my kids, gotta do this for my person, you know, things like that. It's just like kind of autopilot thoughts that are like habitual, you know, things that you naturally do, and not really thoughts of, okay, I'm gonna wake up and you know, I want to do this for myself. And that's another thing, it's never about yourself, really. Like, it's like Spirit wants you to dedicate time to yourself. Wake up, instead of the first thing you think about being your kids, or if either way you're like, oh, that's non-negotiable, let it be something you do with your kids. Like, okay, I'm gonna make them help me make breakfast. Or it's not like you're making them, but you know, make it fun type of thing. I'm gonna have them help me make breakfast, or I'm gonna have them help me clean the house, you know, that kind of thing. And on the bottom of the deck we have first moon in Aries. Step into your power. I do remember me saying this specifically. Why are you not focusing on this? Y'all see it. And we have last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. Overall, and this is can y'all see that? solar plexus chakra. That's right there. It's kind of hard to see because the camera doesn't focus. But yeah, it's important that you step into who you are. You kind of let yourself just be like a paper bag in the wind, like kind of let yourself just get taken, and you're not really like too much trying to see where you're going, because once you start thinking and feeling, all the other stuff comes rushing in and you're like, I don't want to deal with that. But you have to. But at the same time, be patient with yourself. Have some compassion for yourself, because you have been hurt. And that's just how it is. That's just what it is. You're experiencing pain. It doesn't make you weak. Some of you are scared of vulnerability. And, it takes a lot to work on that. But either way, if you want to move forward, you have to look at the stuff that's happened to you. And we also have Hawk Spirit, Let Spirit Be Your Guide, number 32. And we have 10 to the Small Things, 40, or number 4. 10 to the Small Things is exactly what I'm talking about. And even the small things, because a lot of you have habits already. So just things you do that, like I said, autopilot thoughts. You don't really have to put too much thought in it. Spirit wants you to kind of switch things up, give yourself things to think about, stimulate your mind. Because although you might be doing a lot, your mind has become idle because it's so used to the things you do, the things you think about. And, when a new thought comes in, a lot of you shut it down because you're like, no, don't got time for that. So you do have to tend to those things. And as far as Let Spirit Be Your Guide, when you open up that fountain of emotions, that intuition is going to be on fire, and Spirit is going to be showing you, like, we're trying to help you do this. You're not alone. We know you're scared, and this is very scary, but we're going to help you. So just be aware. And if you want active signs, you can ask Spirit for that, or your ancestors, whoever you're trying to get a connection to astrally. You just have to say that. And if you need help, ask Spirit for that. Ask them. And on the bottom of that deck, we have Snake Spirit, Time to Heal, 55. Duh. And Turtle Spirit, Slow and Steady Wins the Race, number 62. Yeah, you all have some work to do. But rest assured that if you've been feeling like I'm not on the right path, as soon as when you just start, you put in the tiniest bit of effort, Spirit will get you going on the right path. They're going to help you, because when Spirit realizes that you actually want to, then they can start to push, because Spirit can't just bring up something out of nothing. They can't do that. But as long as you show and you set those intentions seriously with some effort behind it, they're like, okay, we're going. Like the Chariot, we're going to push you. But I think that is all that I have for you today, my pile twos. If you're going to pick another pile, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to, comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, maybe even share, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. What is up, my pile threes? If you chose this orange marker, then congratulations, you have found your pile, and we're just going to get right into, are you on the right path? All right, so first we have the Emperor, which is Aries. We have the Queen of Voices, which is air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Did y'all see that? I don't even be looking at the camera sometimes. And we have the Five of Voices, which is Aquarius. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Emotions, which is Scorpio. And we have Awakening, which is also Scorpio. Oh, are my Scorpios in this pile? My water signs in general? Maybe. All right, so you all have some big shoes to fill as far as your higher self, or your soul purpose, or how else can I say it? Who you really want to be, who you're supposed to be. And And I was getting kind of like warm in the face. I was like, are my pile threes embarrassed? Like, what's happening? But I think there is a sense of just being really scared. It's like I get two reasons of why you all might be getting warm in the face. For one, there's a sense of flattery among this pile, where you all might get noticed or complimented by people constantly for your craft or just for being you. And in your mind, you don't necessarily think that about yourself. Like, you are kind of, it's not even being humble to a certain point. It's just like a lot of you have trouble really believing in yourselves and believing that you're good at what you do, or believing that you are pretty, believing that you're cute, believing that you're handsome. Like, whatever the case might be, you have a hard time believing that. So when you hear it, of course, lots of people blush when people compliment them, but for you, it's just like it's embarrassment. It's you're not necessarily taking it as a compliment, and this isn't on purpose. It's not like you're ungrateful, but it's like it's embarrassing for you because you're like, no, not me. But all of the, like, the Emperor and the Queen of Voices, you have such a humongous presence, and you have so much power, so much intelligence. You all are very cunning, very quick-witted, but it's like you almost don't, a lot of you are like, I don't want to take it there. So a lot of you are aware of the power you hold, but you're like, do I really want to take it there? Like, do I really want to expose myself like that? Because a lot of you, it's a vulnerability issue, and it's also like you have a thing about being seen. And it's like some of you are just like, no, I'm just private. No, there's a limit. You can be private, but while simultaneously allowing yourself to have this powerful presence, you all try to really keep it down. And with the Five of Voices here, you all go through and experience conflict and issues that you wouldn't think you would get into, especially because of how out of the way it seems that you are. But you all get into these things, into these situations, because Spirit is like, hey, we got to bring out this power. We got to bring out this certain energy, this certain attitude within you, because you're not going to do it yourself. So Spirit continues to try to put you in situations and things to show you that, yes, this is the person you are. Absolutely. And there's no reason to be ashamed of it. And with the Five of Emotions and Awakening, a lot of you, heavy heart in this pile as well. Heavy heart. It's you all. Some of you are just very melancholy in general. Like, you're kind of pessimistic. But in any case, Spirit wants you to really release these self-limiting thoughts that you have about yourself. Because there have been times where you felt like, oh my gosh, I didn't rise up to the occasion of whatever it is. Like, you felt like you fell short in many situations. Or you might be the type to always think about, like, oh, I should have done this. I should have said this. And, like, Spirit, it doesn't want you to use those kinds of thoughts to be vindictive towards yourself. They want you to use those kinds of thoughts to make yourself start taking the initiative, to make yourself start being that person that says exactly what, and means what they're going to say. Because a lot of the time what happens is you guys overthink things. That's like the downside about Queen of Voices and having this very great mind, is that you tend to overthink everything. And a lot of you kind of associate being this powerful leader with being mean, or being like, you you all are just very soft. Whether you're male or female, you all are very soft and diplomatic and not really wanting to cause problems. But it's like being this powerful person, being this leader is not always about, you know, being mean or being rude or hurting somebody's feelings. But you all take too much of that onto yourselves. For you, you have to focus more on intention. And you are on the right path, which, like I said, which is why Spirit probably is putting you in so much ick stuff that just seems so wild to you, because you're like, what did I do to be putting this? Like, what is happening? Especially with the awakening, Spirit's gonna keep doing, like, you know, stuff to, I'll say, get under your skin, really. But yeah, and it's more so to teach you how to continue being yourself while also stepping into this power, you know, because you can absolutely be diplomatic and be soft, but being firm as well. You know, you can be this nurturer and take care of people and be this peacemaker. But you can't have one without the other. Like, you know, it's a dual energy thing. So where there is yin, there's yang. So yes, you may have a lot of this feminine energy, this soft energy, but you have to incorporate the yang somewhere. You can't just be all, you know, on one side. You have to incorporate the other. And with the Emperor, you have it. And even the Emperor in this deck is a woman. Usually it's a man. But that says a lot for me, especially for this pile, because it's like, you absolutely have both. Everybody does, but you just have to incorporate it. And I don't know if I'll finish my thought about saying focusing on the intent, stepping with intention, because as long as you step with intention, if somebody happens to get hurt while you're, you know, in a conflict with them or doing whatever, you have to think to yourself, well, was that my intentions? No? Well, okay. And that's what it is. Keep moving forward. Because people are going to get hurt either way. Just like you're going to get hurt. You know, sometimes things happen, but that doesn't mean it's all, I shouldn't have said this, or I shouldn't have said that, or maybe I should have said this, or maybe I should have said that. No. You have to be who you are. You have to get your point across, however that may come, and you have to do what's best for you. Yeah, let's check out some oracle. So first, we have New Moon in Cancer, relax. Spirit is like, take a chill pill, first of all. You all, Spirit is doting on you for now. I won't even say for now, like, and because I feel like if I say that, you all are might freak out a little bit. Not just for now. Spirit is always going to dote on you, but they really, you know, are trying their best to, like, go your pace and not push you too hard, because they don't want you to, they want to keep the softness about you. They want to keep that nice, sweet energy about you, but they just want you to be a bit more firm with it. They want you to be sure of yourself. That's what it is. They want you to be more sure of yourself and more confident, to the point where you can say what you mean and mean what you say without going back to overthink it. Like, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? They want you to take responsibility over the decisions you make without feeling so nervous and feeling like, oh, did I just mess up everything? You know, they want you to know that you can make the best of anything that you do. And we have first quarter moon in Cancer. Oh, are the Cancers here? Push through any insecurity, that too. That is the crown chakra there. Or is that third eye? I do believe that is the crown chakra. Here, let's fact check. What is that one? First quarter moon in Cancer. Oh, it's the third eye. I was thinking maybe the third eye would be white in this pile, but no, it's purple. Indigo, I mean. So the third eye. This is the third eye chakra. So yeah, using your mind for good. This is what I was saying about it. You know, people with great minds, it being kind of a double-edged sword, because they also can have some of the biggest insecurities and pessimism about them. But the whole thing about it is you have to work through that. You just have to. I won't say that it'll ever go away, but you can learn how to control it better. You know what I mean? And we have a new moon in Scorpio, go deeper. And that's another thing. A lot of you, as deep of people you might be, you don't really want to go that deep. And I get the vibe that for you all, it feels like there's always something. You know, you're like, oh my gosh, there's always something that I have to think about and work through emotionally. Like, some of you might be crybabies. So you're really just like, oh, there's like, can I catch a break? You know, oops, bump the camera. Somebody is always maybe hurting your feelings, you know, very emotional people. And that's okay. That is okay, you know, be yourself. That's the bottom line. But you have to go in deeper. You just have to. And I mean that even with people, because a lot of you will just keep a lot of things surface level because you're afraid of being seen, or you'll kind of stay, you know, ride the fence when it comes to making decisions and so on and so forth. They're like, nope, if you're gonna do something, do it. Go all in. You know, don't be scared. Like, it's okay to be scared, but at the same time, Spirit's like, come on, you have to push through those fears, because otherwise you won't be able to live and you won't be able to be happy or experience the joyful feeling of power, you know. And it's not in a power trip kind of way either. It's just a sense of, look at me handling things, controlling my life, pushing through my fears, you know, that kind of thing. And then we have koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. And giraffe spirit, see the big picture. The interesting thing about that is as much as you all use your brains, sometimes it's hard for you to like think about the big picture or to see the big picture. A lot of you all are like, I'm hurting, or I'm emotional in this moment, or I'm scared in this moment, without thinking forward, thinking like, oh, but wait, all of this is for this purpose. If I do this, then next time this will be easier for me, or, you know, so on and so forth. Just really thinking about how your actions now will set you up for the future, how situations now will set you up for the future. And that doesn't mean I want you to be in the future all the time, because some of you can have that bad too, but it's a matter of being mindful of your actions in the present, especially when you're having trouble making a decision or having trouble putting your first foot forward or standing your ground. And when Spirit has a plan, this is what I was talking about with them putting you in certain situations, because they're like, we need to get you used to certain things. We want you to go in head first to certain things. So we're going to push you in it. It's like, you know, kids, some parents with kids learning how to swim, they just push them in the pool or throw them in the pool and they're just like, well, swim. And you don't have to, either you learn or you drown. That's just what it is. On the bottom of the deck, we have first quarter moon in Capricorn, unleash your kindest self. First quarter moon in Scorpio, release your blocks. So whole time, like I was saying, being this powerful person, this leader, this expressive person does not mean you'll be rude. It doesn't mean you'll change your personality all of a sudden. It's just you're adding on to it. The stuff that they're putting you in and the stuff that they're wanting you to do, I'm talking about Spirit, is stuff that you already have in you that you kind of push all the way down or push all the way to the back of your mind. Spirit's like, no, we need that. Like, you, not we, but you are gonna need that moving forward in certain situations. The person, and it's like you really do want to be like that. You're like, I know I can be, like, I know that's me, but I'm just scared to be that me. But you gotta get used to it. Oh, and I just split the deck, and we have full moon in Virgo. Take inspired action. So yeah, step with intention. That's what's gonna help you the most is real. Oh, and on this one, the sacral chakra, which is creativity, confidence, things like that. And what was I saying? I was saying about the stepping with intention. Yeah, that's going to help you a lot when you're making decisions and when you're in certain situations where you are getting the vibe that you're going to have to be this more assertive person. You have to think about it like, okay, what are my intentions here? My intentions are to solve this, to get my point across to this person or this situation. Are they listening? No. Are they being difficult? Yes. Okay, well, I have to go about it like this. My intentions aren't to hurt anyone, but I have to put myself first. You know, that kind of thing. On the bottom of the deck, we have Koi Spirit, there's always enough, and Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being, numbers 38 and 36. There is always enough. Some of you just feel like you won't be able to rise up to whatever plans you already know in your heart and your mind and your spirit that the universe has planned for you. Or also stuff that you even have planned for yourself. The things that you have been speaking out to the universe has been hearing you. And it's like the closer whatever that you've been asking for gets to you, like whatever form of success or acknowledgement or, you know, whatever the case may be, the closer you feel like it's getting to you, the more scared and the more you retreat, you know? Because Spirit is like, you've already been doing the dreaming. You've already been doing it. You've already been speaking everything into existence. So it's like when we give it to you, we need you to be prepared to take it. We need you to be prepared to live it. So that's the thing now. They're like, you know, we're not just going to give it to you and, you know, you be reserved with it. Like, this is yours. We need you to own it. Let's see. Do I have anything else? But with Awakening, you all are already doing the work. You are. It's like, but you still are in that mindset of, oh, I can't do it or I'm not doing it right. But start acknowledging that you are moving forward. You're moving. Start acknowledging that, okay, instead of always saying, oh, maybe I should have did this or maybe I could have did that. Acknowledge what you did do and acknowledge how you did move forward with the situation. You know, it's okay to not constantly critique yourself because trust, there's always next time with certain things. But yeah, you're absolutely moving forward and you are absolutely on the right path. You just have to fully step into that power and continue to step with intention and realize that, you know, the universe, the world is not expecting you to be this completely different person. They're just trying to add on to what already is. Okay? But that is all that I have for you today, my pile threes. If you're going to pick another pile, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to comment, if you want to subscribe, if you want to maybe even share, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!